The issue of marriage taking place in a church and being a covenant and everything, the way I look at it, if two people, whether it's a covenant marriage or two people get married before God, especially if two Catholics, for example, they take specific steps to get married in a Catholic church.
Right.
The Catholic Church believes in the indissolubility of the marriage. When the state can dissolve that marriage,
Exactly.
that is a religious liberty issue.
Absolutely. Oh, I go into that in the book a lot, in my newer book. It is absolutely a religious liberty issue. This is the other reason the church is AWOL. Because this is, basically the church, in the Catholic Church, it's a sacrament. In Protestant churches, it's at least an ordinance.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a ministry, right? You consecrate a marriage
Right.
before God,
Yeah.
in the presence of the congregation,
Yeah.
right? And what's the state do? The state comes along and tears it up.
Yeah.
And what does the church say? Nothing.
Yeah.
The state is tearing up the church's sacrament,
Yeah.
and the church is not saying anything.
Yeah.
Where is the Thomas More here? Where is the John Fisher? Where is the Ambrose of Milan? Where is the churchman who stands up and says, you can't do this? Where are the prophet? Where's the John the Baptist?
Right.
Who stands up and says, you can't do this.
Yeah.
This is our covenant. You cannot tear it up.
Yeah.
You can ratify it, you can endorse it, but you can't tear it up.
Right.
It's we consecrated this.
Yeah. It's as bad as the church state coming in and saying you will no longer have the Lord's Supper, you will no longer practice baptism. You nothing that you actually teach or believe is we're going to just stop it all.
It is absolutely a religious freedom issue.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and other religious freedom issues follow from it. One of the things I argue, and I've quoted another lawyer, a secular lawyer, who points this out in the book, is that the rights of parents in divorce cases over their children's religious upbringing is violated routinely in the divorce courts in ways that they could never do in an intact family.
Yes.
They're told how they have to, not only what their children can't do, but what they must do.
Yes.
What church religious services you must take them to.
Yeah.
And the logic that they use to justify this would not be limited to divorced families.
No.
It could easily spread to intact families.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a wedge, it's a thin edge of a wedge for controlling religious freedom of adults by controlling the religious freedom of how they raise their children.
Yeah.
So it has very serious consequences. Absolutely. And where are the churches? Where are the religious freedom organizations?
That's what I would like to know as well.
They're not saying anything about this.
So going back to the MGTOW for a minute, in Houston recently there was some talk about them opening up a brothel with sex dolls. And I know that there are some men that say, get a doll, not a woman. Because, it's crazy, I know that. But they're saying, is the doll going to do just what you said? Are they going to take half your assets? Are they going to take you to the divorce court? Are they going to take your kids away? You're not going to have kids. But there's serious talk about this.
Yeah.
Because of the state. And the state will say, oh, look at all these things that have happened. But they will never point the fingers at themselves to say, we're causing this.
Exactly.
And that's the...
Because they consistently present themselves as the solution to the problems which they cause.
Which they cause, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at the whole child abuse scandal.
Yeah.
Okay, the child abuse allegations are a major cause of huge increases of the power of social workers and their social workers have basically become plainclothes police.
Right.
With the power to take. Well, what causes child abuse? We know where child abuse almost all takes place in the homes of single mothers, single parents.
Right.
That's where child abuse takes place.
Yeah.
Okay. Who creates single parent homes? Well, the state does. The
Yeah.
state takes the father out.
Yeah.
The children are left with a single mother and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
They're the ones that abuse the children.
Yeah.
Right? So the state creates the circumstances for the child abuse. Then they come in and take the children away from the mother, put
Yeah.
the child in foster care,
Yeah.
and they charge the mother and the father for child support now.
And many people have talked about the safest place for a child to be is in the home with the father and the mother together, because the majority of abuse takes place either by the mother's new boyfriend or new husband.
Or the mother herself.
Or the mother herself, yeah. And that's not a gender issue, but it's a fact of the matter.
It's a fact.
And of course men do create some things, but by far, it's safer for the child.
Absolutely. You know how much sexual abuse there is of children by married biological fathers?
There.
It's like 1/10 of 2% or 1/10 of 1%.
Yeah. Yeah.
minuscule amount.
Yeah, and then I'll maybe talk about another issue real quickly here, but military personnel. I'm sure you've been
Big
at.
issue.
Yeah, I mean, they go overseas, their wife files, and I'm not, again, happens both to men and to women, they go overseas, their spouse files for divorce on them, can move off the base, can take the kids, they're being served divorce papers when they're in a war zone. What are they going to do? And then they come back, and then the accusation is, oh, he has PTSD, she has PTSD. That means that person is not a fit parent. So now the person who's there serving his country at the orders of
Yes.
Uncle Sam is now forcefully divorced, loses his kids, has absolutely no recourse, and I know of
Charged
men.
child support.
Charged child
Arrested
support.
when he comes back to sets foot on American soil.
Absolutely. And then even if they have disability, their disability gets taken.
Yeah.
This is a huge
Their
problem.
retirement gets taken.
Their retire-
They're forced to retire at
Right.
the earliest possible age.
Right.
Right? Which costs the taxpayer huge amounts of money. I mean,
Yeah.
they might be trained,
Yeah.
trained, and they're forced to retire at the earliest age. They're 40s.
Or they're kicked out of the military because now they have a tribunal against them.
Right.
And all of a sudden, because now the
There's a whole chapter on this in my new book.
Oh, really? Okay, I haven't
Yeah, you
read
have to
that.
read the new book because
Yeah.
all this stuff comes out in the book.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. I'll be looking for that then.